The DSY closes as a reversal candle last week. That is the daily candlestick closes bullish, which means that after we have a sell-off to this particular support level, there is a sharp decline to the upside, which means that buyers are around the corner at this particular level. So what are we looking at on DSY? That is for the US dollar. This week, I believe we should see more of US dollar strength this week, because last week was almost ranging throughout, but this week we should see a little bit of or stronger. Don't let us use little bit. We should see a stronger US dollar this week, because earlier last week US dollar showed the weakness. From this week we'll see it selling off to back to this area, and then on Thursday we saw it selling off, and then we have a rejection, which means that buyers are around this corner. So the next level we should be looking at on the DSY is for price to come to 104,930, and then if this level break, we should see price moving to 105,982. So hello guys, this is Ambafx. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I bring you the latest insights in the world of forex markets. That is both technical and then fundamental bias. So do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to drop your opinion in the comment section about individual currency. Either we analyze it here or we don't. So going forward, we should check the economic activities of. We have the new home sale on Monday. Tuesday we have the US dollar durable goods order, and then these are inflation news. We have consumer confidence on Tuesday too, on the US dollar. On Wednesday we have NZD monetary policy, where they plan to hold their interest rate at 5.50%, and then the IOD is holding the interest rate, not cutting or hiking the interest rate. That is the high probability there is holding the interest rate, because most of the currencies, most of the countries hold their interest rate at the beginning of this year, and we are still in February, so probably they don't have enough data to say that okay, maybe they want to actually cut or they want to hike their interest rate. Sorry. And then on Wednesday too, we have a GDP. That is prelim GDP out of the US dollar, and then on Wednesday they have the G20 meeting on Wednesday. On Thursday, there is AUD retail sales, Euro German prelim CPI, and then later that day we have Canadian GDP, and then the COPC price index out of the US dollar, the unemployment claim out of the US dollar. That is the number of people filing for the unemployment benefits. We should see it. They said the previous is 21,000, and the forecast is 209, which means that the number of people filing for unemployment benefit according to forecast might exceed the previous one, which probably I don't agree with it, because if you check the NFP, if you check the non-farm payroll that was dropped in January, you see that it comes higher than expected. You see that a lot of people get employed. So for me, I think these unemployment claims will be reduced this February. The one they want to release now will be reduced because of the NFP report that was dropped on Friday. That is the end of January. So another thing I want to see here is the ISM manufacturing PMI out of the US dollar. So I think this week is not that volatile, but we should expect more from the US dollar, SND, and Canadian dollar. So we should expect volatility, and then expect volatility on JPYs too, because I think we should see some unforeseen announcements next week. So some emergency announcements should come next week on the JPY. Though JPY is weak, and then I think it should continue the weakness next week, but don't rule out any announcement that might come from the Bank of Japan that might actually move the market. So let's go back to the individual currencies. first pair is let's check the commodity, which is gold. For me, I think gold should sell next week because of what I'm seeing here. But if we have a breakout of this zone, because this zone is a very very strong resistance for me, for price to actually reject and then come back to this particular area. You know, when we have this touch, it's reverse. Yeah, it's reverse. So we should see a reversal from this area to, if the US dollar strengths continue, you understand. So we should see a reversal from gold back to creating a new low at this particular area. So that's what I'm actually looking out for on gold. Maybe we might see it happen next week or next couple of weeks to come and retest this support level or at 1972. Then after that, because that particular support level is strong, after that we might see a break of this level. But for me, next week or next couple of weeks, I'm expecting gold to sell according to what I'm saying here. But you know, things might change, and if we have a breakout here with momentum, then just know that you should be looking for a buy back to this level and then back to this level. But for now, what I can actually see here is, since this high has not been taken out, this particular area has not been taken out, 2043, it has not been taken out, I should be expecting a sell on gold back to this particular area. It might actually happen next week or next couple of weeks. You can see it playing out to retest this particular support level. So the next pair I want to check is GBP too. I'm actually expecting a sell-off on GBP US dollar, because you can see we are seeing the sign of strength in the XY, and then if the GBP is actually weak, we can see this playing out, that we will see a break of this particular level right here, which this will break and then break to the downside and retest this 1.25154. So this is what I'm looking at on GBP USD, a sell bias back to this particular level, which is and then if there is a breakout that break this high, if this high is taken out, this is the safe zone right here. This high of 1.27011 is the safe zone. If this gets taken out, then we should be expecting a bias. That is it means that bias has taken over from the seller at that particular area. But if this high is not taken out, anything you want to do here is to sell or do nothing at this particular area. So the next one I want to check is Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar too, what I'm actually looking at is a sell bias, because price come and retest this important resistance level, and then we saw a rejection last week, which leads to this particular next week. I'm looking for sellers to drag the price back to this particular low, and then probably we might see this low taken out to the downside. So I would rather sell Euro USD or do nothing going into the next week, unless this high is taken out. If this high of 1.08785 is taken out, then probably I might be on the buy bias. But if this high is not yet taken out, then I'll rather sell or do nothing back to this low or beyond. So that is my bias on the Euro US dollar. So the next pair I want to check is AUD US dollar. AUD US dollar too, as you can see, we have a rejection at this particular area. So there is a breakout, then market comes to retest this area, and then you know, this significant resistance level coupled with this trend line signifying a sell bias at this particular area, which price might actually come here and then retest this low, or we have a breakout of the low back to this particular low. But for now, my bias is to the downside. And then if you are on a buy bias, wait for this to be taken out. Wait for 0.65974 to be taken out to choose your buy bias. So as for me, my bias is to the downside right there. So the next pair I want to check is US dollar, Canadian dollar. For me, on this chart pattern that I draw over here, so I'm actually anticipating price to break this to the upside. If break, then we will see price move back to 1.36071, unless price take out this low, this low right here, I'm not looking to actually sell US dollar, Canadian dollar. So I'd rather be buying US dollar, Canadian dollar, or do nothing going into the next week, and then you should see price moving back to 1.36071. So probably the next pair is US dollar JPY. So what I'm actually looking at for price to still range on this level, and then we have a breakout back to 151,890. But you should be mindful of taking your profit before this 151,890, because this area is a very strong resistance level, because price can actually touch and then move down massively from there. So you should actually be very careful if you are buying from this particular area after the break, because this chart pattern indicates that the breakout is to the upside, and you might actually see price coming back to 151,890. But be mindful of taking your profit before that level. And the next pair I want to check is the Canadian dollar JPY. This Canadian dollar JPY has been I've been moving like I don't know how to classify this kind of movement, but for now I think we should still see price moving to the upside. So from here, we have a sharp decline on Friday back to this particular area. So what I'm still looking at for price to actually retest this area, then reject back to this upside, first breaking this particular resistance it creates here, then probably maybe some little retracement, and break to the upside. You understand? So this is what I'm actually looking at for JPY to the upside, but we might actually see a retest of this level, then going to this level, and then push to the downside small, and then you see a breakout of this particular resistance level. And the last one, which is my favorite going to the next week, is the AUD card to the upside. So this is what I'm actually looking at on AUD Canadian dollar. So my stop loss is below this low. If you can see this low right here of 0.88291, you can actually put your stop loss there too, and target 1:2 or 1:3 risk to reward. So let's just put it at 1:3 risk to reward. So this is the stop loss. If this low breach, then actually I'm out of this trade. But for now, I'm still looking for the AUD cards to the upside. That's what I'm looking at on AUD Canadian dollar. So guys, these are my few pairs I checked this week, and I'm going to be trading this week. So I'm going to be to have patience on Monday morning and see how price reacts to those area I actually mentioned, to those price level, and then if goes as planned, then I'll actually enter based on what I say. So you too, you should enter based on what you say, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll bring you this every week, and then you should never forget to drop your opinion too in the comment section. So guys, don't forget the GBP USD bot is still working effectively, and then people are still cashing out weekly, so you can actually put your money there. The minimum amount you can put on GBP USD bot is $1,000, and then we have the the link to the verified broker in the description box. So click on it and register with it. They have a swift withdrawal and then a very fast deposit method, including using the BTC and all. So guys, don't forget to trade safely, and then have a lovely trading week ahead.